Hello, good morning. One more great morning together. Today is day 23 of my life. It's the fourth day of today's week, and this week we've been talking about teaching principles, how they changed. Lara, hi. Olga, hi. Morning. Good morning. I've had 3 guest lives so far. Today is my fourth, my special guest, and I'm just asking teachers to share their stories, how they started teaching, and what is different in their teaching now compared to, I don't know, half a year ago, a year ago. It's all different for all of us. Good morning. And tomorrow I'm going to share my own story. So no guests tomorrow, just me and the Q&A. And if you want to share your stories, you've been kind of reluctant so far. But if you want to, don't forget to do that somewhere in the comments, or you can just send me a message, and I'll post your stories in stories, without mentioning your name, with your name, whatever you want. So if you have a story, or if you want to say what you used to do differently, and now you do it the other way, please share. All right, so this was my brief introduction. For next week, actually, I have also something special. I'll tell you tomorrow. So many guests next week too. We're speaking about CPD next week. Okay, Lena, I can see you're here, and okay, I'm inviting you. Hello. Wow.
Hi.
Great background. Wow.
Thank you.
It's not. This is real. It's not.
It's real.
It's real. Because
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're wearing green, so I trust you. Yeah. I can't
Yeah.
So wow. So good morning. This is Elena Sarnavskaya. So if you don't speak Russian, you cannot. You can, but you will not understand. Watch the videos that she does. Teacher Zoro, about some unusual approaches to teach English. Let's call it like that. Yeah. Yeah, she's also an English teacher and a school owner from Podolsk. And thank you, Lena, for waking up so early. I can see that. Maybe morning is not. You're not exactly happy to see me right now. So maybe morning is not your favorite time.
Yeah. This is very early.
Quite early. Thank you for the sacrifice. But for Hugh Delaware, it was 7:30 in the morning, London time. So, okay, doesn't make you feel better. Anyway,
No.
No. Okay, Lena, I know that you're not a real teacher, right? Because you were not qualified to do that initially. So
what the hell? What?
And that's what you say every time there's like a discussion. So tell us a little bit, please, about your teaching journey, how you started, what you consider your first teaching.
Okay, I've never said that I'm not a real teacher, and I didn't study in university to be a teacher. But if it matters at all what anyone studied at university, I guess it doesn't. Okay, so what else do you want to hear? I have the Celta and the Deltas. Yeah.
Very real.
The ticks are there. So
yeah. Okay, Celta and Delta. Anything else? Anything apart from that? Why Celta in the first place? Why not?
What else do you want?
No, what? Just keep doing what you did at university.
Well, can you repeat? I didn't hear.
So why not, do what you did at university? Why did you change? Why did you decide to become a teacher?
I've never done what I studied in university. I don't even know what it is. It's translations, technical translations, like mostly oil and gas. So this is pretty boring, and I don't know anything about it. So I didn't know why won't I do something I know nothing about. It's a good question, Anita. Thank you.
You're welcome. Think about it while you still have time. All right, so you got the Celta and the Delta, and I think you got them like right one after another, right? You didn't give yourself a break or something.
I did. Yeah, of course I did. I don't think that's even possible. Or, I mean, the quality will be very questionable if you do Delta right after Celta. So I did. There was a gap of like 3 years, as far as I
Yeah,
remember.
very still quite. I don't know. For me, quite a short one. So
But
I have.
Delta 3 and 2 I did in a row. Like I did Delta 3 in spring, from March to June, yeah, March to May, and Delta 2 I did in July. So July, August.
So this was, I confused my stories a little bit. I remember you not recommending doing something like that because it was too much.
No, this is great. I recommended this. This is great. You can't do Delta right after Celta. This is a very bad idea because you will be confused and you will feel dumb every minute of your life. Well, it depends, of course. If you started doing Celta when you had no initial training like me, yeah, there's a lot of information for you there, and then if you feel too ambitious and you start doing Delta right away, you will be just confused and disappointed.
Okay, thank you. And when did you start teaching? Before Celta, after Celta?
Before, like 3 years before, I guess.
3 years. 3 years
Yeah.
before. All right. Okay. Is there anything you were doing as a teacher then that you would not approve of right now, and you would say,
oh yeah, all kinds of crap. Well,
so please tell us. Yeah, that's what we're here for.
oh yeah, this is like a confession.
Yeah.
All the sins. Oh my God. Well, this is a little bit embarrassing even to talk about, but yeah, I mean, yeah, of course it's okay because that was like more than 10 years ago. Okay, it was, first of all, when I first started teaching, nobody told me how to do that. So I got a teaching job. Maybe because of my level of English, they were just like, okay, she speaks English. Let's just take her. And nobody told me what to do. And that was, well, at that time I thought, okay, that's how it works, but that's not how it works. And they should have told me, and that's pretty terrible. Because you can't just take a person who has no idea what to do. With the group, I had like 10 people, and they were 11, 12-year-olds. So this is hardcore. So this can be bad even for a teacher who has a couple of years of experience. And I had 0 days of experience. And I remember my first class, I was doing something, and the whole year I was doing something. I don't remember what exactly, but yeah, I read the teacher's book around.
So see, good teacher's book. They gave you the teacher's book. They gave you the teacher's book. I mean, it's good.
Well, you're kind of. I can't hear you.
They did give you the teacher's book. No?
Okay, it doesn't help, but yeah, I actually heard that. So maybe it does. They didn't give me a teacher's book because he didn't let me finish. Around November, somebody showed me a teacher's book. It's like, there's a teacher's book. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything. Yeah, that was, it's funny. It may be funny now, but actually it's not funny. It's a pretty crappy job that they did. Because I didn't even know these were like Cambridge Pearson. It was communicative. It was supposed to be communicative methodology. I had no idea what to do. I did something. We translated something. Yeah, because that's. I was just kind of bouncing off what I remember from school. That's it. Well, what else do you do? Yeah, and yeah, I read teacher's book. I tried to do something like that, but I mean, yeah, it was pathetic. Let's call it that.
Did anybody cry?
Except for me, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean? Like who?
The students, remember them?
No. They were bullying me a lot the first year. So I didn't know how to control them. They started smoking in class. So yeah, it was pretty bad because I didn't know what to do. Like, should I yell at them? But I'm 20, 21 years old. It's I don't even look like a person who can yell at them. Uh, so that was pretty bad. Also, I was bullied by adult students.
Oh my God.
Why did I keep working?
I don't know why you're still a teacher. I don't really understand. Go back to translation. Oil and gas cannot bully you.
I can't go back. I've never done it.
Go forward. Do it first time. There is a teacher's book somewhere.
Okay. But that was more than 10 years ago. Yeah, and that's fine. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was bullied by two students. I had an adult who was a man around like 40 something, and he was constantly saying like, why are you sure it's true, because like you're so young and you don't know anything and you probably suck and you have no idea what you're doing, which was true partly. But
No,
I mean,
was
you
not
don't
bullying you. It was
no, he was bullying.
Maybe
Yeah.
it was a different teacher doing an observation.
No.
No.
Nobody did an observation. Please, come on.
Okay. Fine institution that was your first job.
Yeah, and my second year, actually, observations started from some kind of director of studies who has never been anywhere before, and there was sort of like a punishment. So if she comes, everybody feels threatened, and everybody is waiting for the execution. So that's how it was, which is also so wrong.
Sounds fun, here.
No.
Standing here, it's just like cool place to start. Yeah. Okay. Wow. I've never heard this story before. That's exciting. So to give you just a little break, to breathe in, breathe out after these sweet memories, let's read Olga's comment. She says she started teaching while studying linguistics and methodology, but it didn't help. The first lesson was frightening, and then I did something not knowing what I should do as a teacher. Yeah, so I like this. This is a trend, I think, because I've already heard some stories, but
Wait.
yeah, you discovered the teacher's
I
book.
did something I should, something not knowing what I should do as a teacher. Okay, what did you do? Did you punch a student?
Okay. Yeah. So Lena, do you remember what exactly? I mean, okay, translating something from the book. Maybe you remember something particular you would do, and and thought
Something particular that I did when I was Let's take like before Celta, yeah.
Yeah, before Celta.
Okay.
After Celta, you were so smart because so it's like and
No,
everything
not really, but finally somebody explained to me how to do this. And that was not a book, so that's great. Well, okay, I was prior to that, we did have some input sessions there, which were supposed to somebody went to do Celta somewhere, like in London or in the USA, I don't remember. It was either the boss or the wife of the owner, something, his sister, whatever. So somebody like that. Yeah, and somebody who can tell other people what to do. And they started giving us input sessions, which she got from Celta, I guess, somehow. And that was supposed to be like, that was a good idea, actually. Initially, it was a good idea, but people who were delivering those input sessions didn't know exactly how that worked. So people who don't know how something works deliver input sessions to people who have no idea how that works, and I mean, still doesn't work.
But
it's the same thing. It's the okay. Can you drive? No. Okay, so for example, imagine that. Do you have a friend who doesn't know how to drive?
Yes, I have a husband.
Okay. For example, you are trying to teach your husband how to drive, and you have a car. How far are you gonna go together? Like,
we're pretty talented,
Yeah, and you have a manual, okay, and he doesn't have anything. You have a car. Somebody brought you a car. It doesn't help. That was a good idea, but the execution was So I was actually listening in those input sessions, and I was questioning all of these things because I've never seen them actually happen. So it's very hard to hear about something but never see it happen. And I tried, and whenever we were observed, we had to sort of fake the fact that we've been working like this the whole time, because they made us remember sequences by heart, as in like a reading lesson should be leading, prediction task, skimming, scanning, yes, so all that,
And you still
plus the
remember?
little that's not well, it's actually accurate, so I just know that. And the little part is also like there should be pair work and feedback and CCQs, ICQs, all of those things. So all of those terms I learned pre-Celta, but I've never seen them happen. So to me that seemed unreal, because whenever I was shy to ask ICQs, because I was feeling like my students think that I think they're morons and I feel like a moron. So we're just a group of morons asking stupid questions. So the same with eliciting, sometimes I felt like that. Yeah, because these are pretty, well, if you think about it, like a person who's not a teacher and ask them like, is it a dumb question? Yeah, that's pretty dumb, but that's just what you do. That's where it's fine. And you have to come a long way to realize that from like zero in teaching to something in teaching. Yeah, you have to actually, well, I don't want to say break yourself. It's something else. You kind of start feeling comfortable. Yeah, do it enough times to start feeling comfortable with asking dumb questions, doing dumb things, and looking dumb when you show something and you don't want to say the Russian word for it. Yeah.
Yay! We stand corrected. We forgot pre-teaching vocabulary, so not everything. Okay, we just skipped that stage. And you were doing this for 3 years. Why? 3 years. Just 3 years, a very long time.
This is, if you say people-wise, I mean other teachers. This is the best place I've ever worked at. So there were nice people there. I mean teachers, other teachers. We had like a team, and we had parties together. We went to cinemas together. So we did a lot of things together, and it was like many of my friends now, even like my best friends, are from there.
Right. Okay.
So that's why, I guess.
That's why.
Mm-hmm. And I stayed longer after I did my Celta. I became an ADAS in my school in Podolsk.
Ooh.
Not in mine, I mean in that.
Yeah, in that one. Yeah.
It's not mine. It's not mine.
I see. Well, okay. I'm gonna sell this video, and it's gonna be expensive after I say it. I think so. Good stuff. So you had Celta Delta, and did you? I mean, and now you specialize in teaching teens, right? You don't do other levels, years.
I do. Yeah, I do.
You do because I perceive you as a teen person.
Yeah. It's just my favorite.
All right. Okay. So what else did you? I don't know. Any other CPD that you would like to tell us about?
No.
No. So these were the major things. All right.
Well, there was a big difference between like me after Celta and me after Delta, for example, because, well, of course it was years after, and that also plays a great role. And there's a reason why you shouldn't do you shouldn't do Delta after Celta, because you need to gain experience. It's not about reading books. Okay, you can read books at night, always, all the time. You can read so many books during the week, and you can do a test on this information. That's not why you do this in the first place. So you need to wait, and you need to be able to address what you read in the books and refer to your experience. Because if again, it's the same as I told you before. If I was listening to input sessions where I've never seen it and I've never done it, and the people who delivered it never did those things. And like the same here, if you do an exam about any kind of theory or terms, and you've never actually done it before yourself, that's pretty hard and pretty useless.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
So could you maybe now comment on like your difference between you after Celta and you after Delta? What changed? What's in the way you maybe
Well,
see
Celta
language teaching?
basically gives you, well, it's a crash course. Okay, so it
Yeah,
basically gives you
I remember.
basic information about what to do, yeah, and how to do it. It doesn't give you the answer to the question why it's like that.
Mm.
And after a certain time, you start asking yourself this question, like, what? Yeah, but it's lead-in prediction, blah blah. But why? Yeah. And at this point, yeah, you start reading, you start researching, you start experimenting even. And this is when you, I guess, when you are at this stage, you need to start thinking about Delta. So it gives you a deeper understanding of why everything that's happening is happening, and why this book doesn't suck, and this teacher's book doesn't suck, is you didn't get it in the first place. Because there were times like that when I was, yeah, but it's better to do this or that, and then in some years I realized that, yeah, it's not better. It's not better. I just didn't know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But these are, just I guess natural stages of learning to become a professional in any field. Yeah. So did you change something in your teaching right after Delta and like, okay, I'm never doing this again, or I should start doing this?
Let me think. I started doing more experimenting, like, with everything, I guess, because after this I was, I guess, more afraid of it, and after Delta, yeah, I was like, what the hell, let me do this, and yeah, I started experimenting with CLIL, with academic English, for teens. I mean, with adults, it's not an experiment. With some business tools, so integrating business tools into teaching, so something like that. So something I'm also interested in. I'm trying to blend.
I see. And so I remember your favorite tools, which are rods. Where did you learn about them, and how did you start using them?
In that first place.
Great training there.
We had an input session on them, but they were just there. Nobody ever I've never seen a person use them. I tried to use them once or twice. Then they disappeared. So it was like I heard. Okay, let's call it like that. I heard about them there, and then I saw them in London when I was doing Celta.
I see.
It wasn't part of Celta. It wasn't an input session. Just some teacher had them in the hallway, and I asked what they were.
The thing is, I'm the person who would never seen anybody use rods. I only see them like colorful figures on your Instagram. So that's my idea of your rods.
Well, how many teachers have you seen teach?
Now teachers teach teachers quite. Many. Oh. But is it something you use with teens and kids, or do you do it with adults as well?
Well, I use it with everyone. Not so much with teens, actually. They're very skeptical. Yeah, and with kids, obviously, yeah, but mostly they are associated with kids. But yeah, you can use them with adults.
Okay.
They like them.
Please support me if you have no idea what rods are and how to use them. Please share, because I feel stupid now.
Okay, no problem.
No problem. Okay. Yeah, it's good that I have something to learn. I thought I'd learn everything. Now I have those rods to look forward to. It's just like every time you do a talk on that, I'm doing a talk somewhere else. So very unfortunate timing. So, and you learned, that's interesting, yeah, that your first place, you see, turned out to be quite useful in so many ways.
Well, yeah, it was, but it was pretty brutal. It was like an
Hmm.
extreme experience, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I think my first workplace was very similar in a way. Okay, Olga has no idea what we're talking about. Yay, at least one person. Olga, thank you very much. So we'll need to, yeah, then one day we'll invite you for our community to show us how it works. Yeah, you can use it online as well, can't you?
Yeah, okay, that's great.
Okay, super. Okay, speakerphone done. Oh, all right. Maybe something else, like something, I don't know. Maybe you could share, like to, and I'll find like to have this beautiful end of life, to give everybody very thought-provoking idea about principles and teaching and what you believe in. Anything like that?
Um, okay, thought-provoking. Okay,
Yes,
I can do that.
I know you can.
Well, okay, so whenever, like, I guess it's very logical that first you don't know what to do, then you start learning something, you start questioning what you were doing before that, and then you start doing something in a different way, possibly pretty often, like I did, yeah, before Celta, and after Celta, I was teaching my lessons pretty differently, and even after Delta, I was teaching my lessons pretty differently, and I guess even now I do something differently. So you always question whenever you start a big course, or whenever you start, you embark on the next stage of professional development. You question you question your own methods, and you question your own work and how you work. So, how you're working now? Are you sure that this is the way to go?
You ruined it for so many people now. Yeah.
You made me wake up early.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, but that's actually a very useful question to ask yourself once in a while. Yeah, together with the question why, and yeah, and then you need to go to therapy, and then you might want to change the job, and yeah. Um, Thank you, Lena, for being so inspiring and motivating, and I'm even losing my voice. Yeah, thank you for sharing those. So if you just, started watching now, yeah, so I recommend you to watch the recording, because Lena shared some embarrassing stories of her first experience as a teacher. Thank you for being so honest and telling about that. Yeah, because I guess we do have experiences like that. And it's important to share them, because somebody in that situation might be listening and thinking, okay.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. There is a huge bumblebee here.
Okay. Ella, you can go now. I'm gonna finish live just with some final words.
Okay, thanks for inviting.
Bumblebee.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, this is the first time speaker disappears because they have a bumblebee in somewhere in there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you for Olga for supporting me. That you also have no idea what are those raw things, but I'm gonna Google something to post in stories together with this live, so you can get an idea of what it is. I'm sure you saw them, but just never thought of them that way. So tomorrow I'm gonna share my embarrassing stories, same time, 9:30. Then we're gonna take a break for the weekend, and next week is my final, like, whole week. The week is gonna be about different ways to study. So if you ask yourself Lena's wise question, yeah, so we're gonna speak about different ways where the answers might be found. I'm also inviting different guests. We're gonna speak about different ways, like where, if you're teaching kids and children, what are the CPD opportunities there? If you're teaching for exams, what are CPD opportunities there, etc. So different colleagues, again, sharing their ideas. I'll tell you more tomorrow after my live, and we'll have a little Q&A as well. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm gonna post the Q&A thingy in stories too. Thank you very much. Thank you for being active all this time, and thank you for watching. If you have your stories, and if you like, we'll need to start a hashtag support Elena Sarnavskaya and share your embarrassing stories too. Yeah, so please do. I think we can all benefit from each other's slightly embarrassing stories. Thank you very much. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.